instructions on question 161 really mean that you're looking at the interval from 0 to 2 for the mean value theorem. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the function is continuous, and you can say that with confidence that it's continuous on the closed interval because you are looking at just a polynomial function. So then you say, okay, well, is the function differentiable? And for differentiability, you want it to be on the open interval 0 to 2. Now, I always use this as an opportunity to take the derivative. In this case, I get 3x squared for the derivative, and that is just another polynomial. So that will be defined for all real numbers, and so it will be differentiable on that open interval. So the mean value theorem applies. And so now what we are going to do is we are going to look at our f of b and our f of a. So our f of a will be the starting point of f of 0. Plugging in 0 to the function, we get 0 cubed, so we get just 0. And then our f of b will be f of 2. So we get 2 to the third, and that gives us 8. All right, so then we need to plug into our conclusion, and our conclusion for the mean value theorem says that there is a c value for which f prime of c is equal to f of b minus f of a over b minus a. So my f of b is 8, my f of a is 0 over the b value, which is 2, minus the a value, which is 0. Now, for our f prime of c, we go to our derivative and we say, okay, if we're looking at f prime of c, all these x's will get replaced with c, so we'll have 3c squared. So f prime of c is 3c squared. Okay, so now we just have 8 over 2, so 4 equals 3c squared, and then we can easily solve for c here. We have a quadratic equation, but we can isolate the c by dividing by 3, and then taking the square root of both sides to get plus or minus. Now, the square root of 4 is 2 over the square root of 3. Now, one thing you do want to be super careful about here is that technically you get plus or minus the 2 over square root of 3, but you are only looking at the interval from 0 to 2. So if you think about that negative 2 over the square root of 3 number, that's not even in this interval of interest. So the only c value that we would have would be 2 over the square root of 3. And if you notice in the textbook, they do rationalize this, meaning that they multiply by the radical in top and bottom. So you get an equivalent answer of 2 square root of 3 over 3. So either just writing 2 over the square root of 3 is perfectly fine, or 2 square root of 3 over 3 would also be perfectly fine. But the key thing to remember is that negative solution has to be eliminated because it's not in that interval.